Hi, RE Technology. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. I'm Maya Paveza. I am your host for Tech Tuesday here on RE Technology. So thanks for joining us. So today we have 3 new questions for the week. And they're all pretty good ones. So let us start with the first. We got emailed a question about smartphones. So here it is. As a realtor, which smartphone should I choose? Android or iPhone? Well, the interesting part of that question is there's a couple of good phones that are missing from the list. There's no mention of BlackBerry. There's no mention of the Microsoft Windows phones. There's no mention of Palm. There are a lot of really good phones out there, but if you're looking at Android versus iPhone, I think it's really up to you as an individual. I am a BlackBerry fanatic. I love the power of it as far as storing data and information. It's like really like having a mini desktop computer. I loved my BlackBerry. I had a curve, another curve, a bold. I had an iPhone for 20 hours and it just wasn't my cup of tea. I had the first generation of iPod iTouch, so maybe it wasn't just such a big deal to me. So, I think it's what are you comfortable with? Because of my actions in social media, I switched to an Android. So I have actually the Sprint Evo, well, it's HTC Evo Shift. So I've got the keyboard. The problem for me is more about comfort, and I find that the way that the keyboard doesn't slide up so much, it gets in the way and makes it harder to type. I really like the Windows phone that I tried at Sprint, and the keyboard slid all the way up and then made this nice little curve where your fingers could fit comfortably. Um, I am I'm a keyboardist. I like the keyboard. I like the QWERTY keyboard. So for me, an iPhone and a touchscreen really were not an option. So, it's really what do you prefer? As long as it offers the functions that work for you and the applications that you use for your business, that stuff's available in search. That's important too. One of the downsides I find about, I think the Android is it seems to really use a battery fast, and I did like having multiple batteries for my BlackBerry so that I always didn't have to worry about it. So this, I'm using it all the time. So, what are you comfortable with? What gives the best sound quality? Especially that's important for a realtor because you're on the phone a lot and you want to make sure that your clients can hear what you're saying well, because nothing sounds sillier than the garble. And that's one reason I avoid cell phone conversations because when you have to say what, I'm sorry, I didn't understand too many times, it gets a little obnoxious. So, which smartphone works best for you? That's what you should use. So, but information storage, that's important too. This is your portable tool for your business. So, make sure that whatever you get, try to get the highest end device with the most storage, add a good memory card. You'll be happy in the end. All right. The second question we have is there are a lot of different ways I've heard that realtors can use QR codes. What do you think works best? Um, I have to say I'm a little bit biased. There are 2 companies that I really like what they're doing with QR codes. One is ClickBricks, and the other is Universal Property Codes. Um, I was mocking their model when they first found them, but the owner of the company, Stephen Davis, reached out to me and we had a couple of conversations. They made some modifications to what they were doing, and I am a huge fan. I think it goes beyond real estate because what they do is the Universal Property Code, they have an app. They provide you with UPC, well, they call them UPC codes, QR codes that you can put on your sign riders and put out there with your listings. Now, what they also do is they have an app. So when somebody scans it on one of your signs, the app will download. That's not the big wow. Anybody can do that. What I love is that they have a really simple user interface that anybody can use. And you can just go in and redirect the specific QR code. So let's say you've got 5 QR codes and one of your houses goes to closing and you want to move that QR code that was on that sign to another property. Guess what? It's recyclable. Because otherwise QR codes are just the static links, and unless you know how to change a page, you're kind of SOL on that. So I love what universalpropertycode.com is doing for residential, and they're bringing it into commercial too. And Steven's a commercial real estate agent, so this is something that he created out of necessity. So I think it's awesome, and I think that actually I like the best use for me as far as I'm concerned is, and this is something that Chris Smith, who is the chief evangelist at Inman, Chris had suggested this back in his prior job, and I thought it was brilliant, was putting a QR code on the back of your business card. So, that's that information. Yeah, you could change a video if you direct it to your YouTube channel, that's great. But with the universal property code process, you can look at my card, scan it. If I know I'm meeting a specific client, if I'm going to an event, an educational forum, something like that, I can go into UPC and I can change what URL that's directed to. Is it going to my bio? Is it going to my referral program? Just depends who I'm going to give my cards to that day. Or I could have multiple ones. Here's my card for giving other realtors. Here's my card for giving my clients. But I can change it on a whim and in a second, which is even good on a house because, let's say you want to change a tour, freshen it up for a season. Some of the higher end properties take longer to sell. So lots of value. Definitely check out universalpropertycode.com. So, and I think I have a link. I think that you might even be able to get a discount. I'll find out what that is because I'm pretty sure that Steven set up a special for people that I send over, so you can check it out that way. And third and final question. I read something about Trulia crime maps. How do you think agents should really handle the crime question when it comes up? I think that you should refer your clients to whatever resources are available to them. I have not looked at the crime maps. I try just not to, if I don't know what's going on, honestly, I can't tell my clients, and I'm really not allowed to talk about that unless it's my neighborhood and I live in it. So I think any resources that you have, giving your client a list of URLs, local sites, I think keeping it local is important to the local police department, sheriff's department, whatever the case may be, state police, any kind of resources that are as credible as possible, that are getting direct information and reporting, the local newspaper. Um, you know, tell your clients that you can't really tell them anything, but you can point them to the right resources. Just remember what we're allowed and what we're not allowed to do, federal fair housing. So that's it today for Tech Tuesday here on retechnology.com. I am Maya Paveza from Coldwell Banker and from thehiproof.com. Thanks and have a great day.